And now, the special presentation.
Dad, is it ever gonna snow?
I don't know, sweetheart. It's been tough lately. Last year it was El Nino, this year it's...
El Succo.
What does it mean to children when snow comes down and fills their yard and makes it a snow day?
Snow days! No school! No school! Anything can happen, Hal!
Yeah, we don't have school! We don't have school! Let's play some football, let's play some hockey, let's do something!
Snow day is when you get a day off of school. That's cool. Snow day is what every kid wants.
Schools close, businesses close, havoc in the town.
No homework, no teachers, no study hall, no nothing.
You can stay home and drive your parents crazy, and that's snow day.
Life is boring, life is the same. The snowstorm comes, everybody seizes the day.
No school, no responsibility, nothing. And that's exactly what this is about, is the snow day and then the magic that can happen on the snow day.
Snow, and lots of it, folks. I want to tell you something. This one almost caught us by surprise, but we were right on top of it.
I can remember seeing a movie about a snow day. I mean, you know, there's so many great little moments that we all remember about listening to the radio for closures and, you know, digging out your driveway, then having the plow come by and, you know, pack you back in and all that stuff. I mean, there's just so many great moments to remember from being a kid.
I remember one time at about the age of 15 or 14, getting some guys together and pouring water all over the driveways that were steep and led up to our high school so that the buses would slide as soon as it turned to ice.
Well, I live in New York City, and we kind of get garbage days a lot. But we do get a lot of snow days, too. And my friends and I love it. We get to play together, we make snow forts, we fall in them, it's great.
They're very prepared to deal with snow days in Minnesota. Whereas in Philly, where I did a lot more of my real growing up, I would say, I mean, we get a little bit of freezing rain and they totally freak out and shut down school for like a week.
I grew up in New York City and we did have snow days. They were a little different than the snow days in Snow Day. They were more sort of urban snow days.
We had a street that had not a flake of snow on it, 60-degree weather, and this was our main street, Wilkerson Street, that the Branstons live on, and it had to look like that pristine first morning snow. So we had an amazing team of snow makers that came in, and they started by laying down something like, I don't know, 1,500 bales of hay, which creates bulk. And then underneath that, we lay down plastic to keep the ground frozen. For doing the trees, we use foam that we spray that can reach up to about 120 feet. So then on top of that, we trucked in 450 truckloads of snow.
I come to set and it's like, we're at this place where there's no snow, and we come here and all of a sudden there's these mountains of snow. And I mean, they've done an excellent job of making the snow just look so natural. And there was this one scene where we were on this street and there was cars just covered in snow.
You have the Branston family lives in Syracuse, New York. You have Al Branston, Natalie Branston, Randy Branston. You have mom and dad, and everybody has their own little storyline going on. Hal wants to be with this really beautiful girl named Claire. His best friend Lane, I think, secretly has a crush on Hal. For Natalie, it's the dream of a snow day because it's been a winter without snow, so she desperately wants snow. And when it comes, she realizes the only thing that can ruin the snow day is
Snowplow man.
for Dad. He's got to prove himself as a weatherman. He's got to prove that he is a real weatherman. He's a good weatherman, and that you know, he's got to prove to his boss that he's better than the gimmicks and the bells and whistles and the costumes that she makes him wear.
I'm a meteorologist, Tina. Last time I checked, meteorologists wore pants.
Well, the last time I checked, we were number 3 in a 3-station market. Therefore, wear the skirt or hit the bricks.
He's the third lowest rated weatherman in a 3-station city. So he needs to be, unfortunately, dressed up in funny costumes, etc., that jangle him.
Tom, I know this is hard on your dignity. Unless we find a way to beat Chad Simmons,
Hey, you want to
we're
take a ride?
stuck.
Come on.
Pam Grier, that was like a dream come true. I mean, you know, had a crush on her since I was like 12. So, you know, that was amazing to meet her and work with her.
She's the boss of this network and being pressured to get the ratings up. So whatever it takes, she's going to ride Tom, played by Chevy Chase, until we get those ratings.
There's this mean man named Snowplow Man.
He goes around and he just plows every single street and just kills every kid's snow day.
Because he doesn't like kids.
I play Roger Stubblefield, the snowplow man in the film, and he's basically the villain. He's the guy who's trying to stop a snow day from turning into a double snow day or a triple snow day.
Me and my friends Chet and Wayne go and we try to take over the snowplow.
We do anything to stop him.
And we end up tying Snowplow Man to a pole.
I've never played a bad guy in a drama, so I don't know what that's like. And when you play a bad guy in a comedy, it's basically, you approach it, I think, pretty much the same way you approach playing the good guy in a comedy. It's just, you're just trying to find the funny moments in it.
Listen to the wind!
That's not the wind.
The snowplow is just this monster piece of machinery that is intimidating when the motor is turned off, and when the motor is turned on, it really is just like this huge monster that roars down the street.
Hello?
Hello, Snowplow Man. There's someone here who wants to say hi to you.
Trudy, honey, are you okay, baby? They haven't hurt you yet, have they, honey?
Working with the crows was not pleasant. They're not particularly cooperative. Working with the kids was great.
To continue in the party mood, I'd like to make a special snow day dedication to Claire Bonner.
I think that there's something about Mark Webber, who plays my oldest son, who's really the lead in the movie, I think, pretty much, that draws you to him, and I feel as if he's my son. I don't have a son, but I'm going to adopt him.
I'm really fascinated with this girl, Claire Bonner, who's pretty much the most popular, most beautiful girl in our school. And when I get a snow day, I go on this big adventure to try and get closer to her and return this bracelet of hers that I found while I fell into the pool while she was diving.
She loves diving, that's her passion. And she's been with Chuck Wheeler, Mr. House of Pain Chuck, for a long time. And she's coming to realize that she doesn't like these waves very much. And here, Hal comes and knows all these things about her that Chuck doesn't.
Chuck, what color are my eyes?
They're green, of course. Well, the darkest shade of green. It looks a lot like brown. I'm completely on top of it.
Chuck Wheeler. I like to think that he's not the cardboard, stereotypical dumb jock, but that he's got, character, that he's misunderstood. He's the villain.
I hate Chuck. He's horrible. He's basically the enemy, my arch nemesis.
Although I would never believe that he could be my nemesis.
He's, the big bully. He chases me around all the time, throws me around, chases me on snowmobiles.
So I spend the movie trying to find him and right what I think is a terrible wrong.
Not a nice guy.
You are so dead.
What? I can't hear you.
I play Wayne, and he's kind of a neurotic, paranoid type kid, usually the butt of the jokes.
No! Don't leave me here! I don't want to dive my pants down!
But he's got some really nice friends named Natalie and Chet, and they go through a lot of adventures together.
I got your standard slush ball, the ever popular moon ball. I've got the jelly-filled snow nut. In this one, it speaks for itself.
I think my favorite scene in this picture that I'm in is the scene where I just go nuts and grab the kid. Kids, as unpredictable as the weather. May I borrow that little chisel thing just for... Oh, come on, just for a second. Hey, what? No, take the mic. Give me that. It's for your own good.
I think my favorite scene in the film is when I'm attacked by about 300 kids. It's my favorite scene because it was the hardest to shoot and it made it into the movie, so that's why it's my favorite.
The dynamics are really what these children are going through, and in a sense, they're all going through some sort of initiation ritual.
It's beautiful to have that one snow day. It's even more beautiful to have a second, if you can sneak that out. Because You know, I remember that when I was a kid. You know, the end of your first snow day, you'd be wondering, oh man, are they gonna call school again tomorrow?
That clam dip's gotta learn the winter's not over till we say it's over.
I said we go for 2. No, 3.
Yeah, 3 snow